Last day, we just saw how to report a sentence, isn't it? Today, we will see another interesting grammar part. It's called active and passive voice. Active voice and passive voice. Usually, we get a sentence in active voice and we have to convert that into passive voice. And first, we should know what an active sentence is. Then only we can change it into passive voice. This year itself, we have learned about subject, verb and object, isn't it? We know what is subject. What is subject? Subject is the one who is doing the activity in a sentence, isn't it? If I say, I take class, I am the subject, isn't it? We play tennis, then we is the subject. So we have learned about subject who is doing the activity. Verb is the activity done. I take class means take is the verb there. Okay. I ate a mango. Okay. I is subject, ate is verb, and what is mango? A mango is object. So such sentences, listen carefully, such sentences which all begin with the subject. Subject means who is the doer. If the sentence begin with who is doing the activity, all those sentences are said or called active sentences. So we will write the same sentence. I ate an apple. Here I is subject, ate verb, and apple is object, right? These kind of sentences which all begin with the subject. Subject means who is doing the activity. So which all begin with who is doing the activity, those sentences are called active sentences. So this is active. Then what will be the passive sentence? Passive sentences will begin with the object. Passive sentences will begin with the object. So here an apple is the object. Okay. We can't write an apple ate I. That is not correct sentence. So when we begin a sentence with object, we have to make some changes. The first thing we have to remember is we should use a be form. You all should by heart this. Whenever we are changing an active sentence to a passive sentence, we have to use a be form. Which are the be forms? Be is used in future. Okay, in future tense, I will be coming. Isn't it? Be is used. So what is the present form? Is there, am is there, then are. These are the present forms of be. Okay, it has a perfect tense. Past form is there, was or where. These are the past forms of be. Okay, it has a perfect tense form, that is being. It also has a continuous tense form, that is being. So whenever we get a sentence to change to passive, whenever we get a sentence to change to passive, we have to use a be form. This is future, this is present, this is past, this is perfect, and this is continuous form. So the sentences we may get this. What is the tense of this sentence? I ate an apple. This is past tense, simple past tense. So an apple. The past form of be is was or were. Okay, they are the past forms of be. An apple is singular, so we have to use was. Then the verb here is eat. We have to use V3 form of verb in passive voice. In all the passive sentences, the verb should be in V3 form. V3 form means ate, eaten is there, drink, drank, drunk, V3 form. Okay, such forms are to be used. An apple was eaten. Then I is not correct in object. I is the subject form. The object form is me. So before writing who has done, we have to use by. An apple was eaten by me. This is the passive form. See, we begin with object. Was, a be form should be used. As it is past, we used was. If the sentence was, I ate many apples. I ate many apples. So the object will be many apples That was is not possible. It should be were, isn't it? Plural form. Many apples were eaten by me. Do you get how we change? If it is a present tense, then I write a story. What do you do now? I write a story. Is the answer. So, what kind of sentence is this? Subject is doing the active. Subject is writing. So, this is active. This is active. Then, how to change the passive? A story is object. A story. What is the tense? Present. So in present we cannot use was or were. See, it is not like direct and indirect speech. In direct and indirect speech, we have to write everything in past form. Here in active and passive voice, we have to write in the same tense form. Okay, if you get in present tense, we have to write in present. If you get in past, we have to write in past. If you get in future, you have to write in future. So here, write is present. If it was wrote, okay, it was past. So a story was, you can write. It's not wrote, I write. Okay. So what will you write? Is, are the present forms of be. Okay. Is, are, and are. So a story is singular. Is correct. Will come only with I. Are will be with plural. A story is. Then verb should be in B3 form. A story is written by me. Okay, in the sentence in the textbook we have got another sentence. Sorry, we have got another sentence. Just listen. What is that? Let's look in the textbook, page number 125. Param cut down the trees. Okay, Param cut down the trees. What kind of sentence is this? Who is doing the activity? Who is cutting down the tree? Param is cutting down the tree. So this sentence is active voice. Param is doing. Okay. The object is the trees. Okay. How will you change it into passive voice? The trees. The trees. Sorry. The trees object, we took it into the place of subject. Then cut down. What's the tense? Okay. Passive. Present past tense. Present past. Everything is cut. But here it is. We are speaking about something happened already. So past tense. The tree is plural. Past form for plural is was or were. Was cannot be used. It is plural. So were cut down. Cut down itself. V3 also is cut down. Cut down by Param. This is how we change a sentence to passive voice. Every tenses we will not see today because in this standard we will not see. This present tense how to change use is or are. Usually we get past tense. Then we have to use was or were. And why do we use active and passive? Dear children, if subject is important, Param cut down trees. Who is given importance? Param is given importance. If the subject is more important when we speak, we will use active voice. In passive voice, what happens is the activity is more important. The activity is more important. And another thing, some cases we may not know who did. Imagine you went somewhere, you came back to home, you just saw the front window is broken. You don't know who did it. Okay, so we don't know the subject. We don't know the doer. In such cases, when we don't know the subject, we can use passive voice. Just listen. The windows are broken. By we know who, by whom we don't know. Passive voice. The windows are broken. Passive voice. Okay. You can also say the same thing in active voice. Someone broke the window. Okay. Then someone break the window or someone broke the window. If it is someone broke the windows were broken. Okay, like that, we have to change an active to passive voice by bringing the object to the place of subject, by using a be form, looking into the tense, and by introducing the subject with a by. Okay, we will see the examples. See, Param cut down the trees is the one given thing. In this sentence, subject param is doing the activity or the action. Such sentence is called an active sentence. When the subject is doing the activity, it is called active. Very easily you can understand. When the subject, look who is doing the activity. See, the trees were cut down. Tree is not cutting down. Someone else cut down the tree. So if the beginning part is not doing the activity, that is passive. If the subject is doing, or the beginning part is doing the activity, that is active. If the beginning part is not doing the activity, that is passive. Very simple. Now read this. The trees were cut down by Param. In this sentence, the structure has been reversed. Entirely opposite. Okay, reversed. Here the subject does not perform the action, it is receiver of the action. Subject is receiving the action. Okay, object is the receiver, isn't it? This sentence is in passive voice. When is the passive voice used? I already told you. When do we use passive voice? When the action is more important. The trees were cut down. We are speaking about they were cut down. Okay. Or when we don't know the doer. To stress on the action done rather than the doer of the action. This is where we use passive. We are stressing, we are giving importance to the action. Okay. Than the performer. If the performer is given important, then we will use active voice. The another one, if the doer is unknown, as I told, the windows were broken. Okay, our house was robbed. Okay, someone did we do. Okay, yeah. Then, if the doer is unknown, unimportant or not required, sometimes we may not have to say who the doer is. In such cases, we will use passive voice. Okay, the thief was arrested. The thief was arrested. What voice was arrested? Passive voice. It's unimportant because we know who would have arrested the thief? Police. So you did not say by the police. Okay. Here are some more examples. The grocer sells fresh vegetables. What is the tense? Sells present tense. Fresh vegetables are sold. Are sold. Vegetables plural, so are sold. He built a large house. A large house was built. Past tense built. So was built. My teacher gives many assignments. Many assignments are given by the teacher. Gives present tense. So this is a very simple activity. You have to just concentrate on this. Just listen. We will do some sentences. We will do some exercise here. The rest you can do, or else I will send. See, the first activity is you have to identify which is active and which is passive. Dear children, just see the subject. If the beginning part is doing the activity, that is subject. If the beginning part is receiving the activity, that is object. Okay. And listen. I shot an arrow. Who is doing the activity? Who shot the arrow? I. So I is subject. So what tense? What voice? Active voice. First one is the active voice. The fuse was changed by the electrician. Okay. Is the fuse changing? Fuse is not doing anything. Electrician is doing the activity. Fuse is being changed. So it is not starting with electrician. It's ending with the electrician who is doing the activity. It's passive voice. Then the snow was cleared by the workers. Who is clearing the snow? Workers are clearing the snow. So what voice? This is not the snow who is doing the activity. Workers are doing the activity. So again passive voice. Harish broke the window pane. Who is doing the activity? Harish is doing the activity. Harish has broken the window. So active voice. Yes. 4 sandwiches were eaten by that boy. Who is doing the activity? Who has done the action? The boy has done the action. Boy ate the sandwiches. Sandwiches are not eaten. Okay. Boy ate the sandwiches. Okay. And that is passive voice. Like that you have to find out the remaining sentences. Okay. You write PV for passive voice, AV for active voice. And below the activity D, we will see how to change an active sentence into passive sentence. Listen carefully. Rita threw the ball into the air. All the sentences are in active voice. Okay, we have to change it into passive voice. Rita threw the ball into the air. What is subject there? Rita is the subject. Threw is verb. What is the object? The ball. The ball is the object. Remaining is complement. That you need not mind. So how will you change? The ball. What is the tense? Through is past tense. So what do we have to use? Was or were. The ball is singular, isn't it? So we have to use was. The ball was threw. V3 form of threw is thrown. V3 form of threw is thrown by Rita into the air. Do you get it? The ball was thrown into the air by Rita or by Rita into the air. Okay, actually the best form will be the ball was thrown into the air by Rita. That is the best way. Okay, because that into the air is the complement for the ball, so you can keep it close to the ball. The ball was thrown into the air by Rita. Passive sentence. Mother gave the cat some milk. What is subject? Who is giving? Mother, subject. Gave is verb. The cat, one object. Some milk is another object. Direct object and indirect object is there. We can start with any object. Okay. So how will you write? The cat was given some milk by mother. Either you can write like that. Some milk was given to the cat by mother. Two ways are possible for that. The cat was given some milk by mother. Either you write like that, or some milk was given to the cat by mother. Okay, was given. See the V form and tense. Sorry, verb. Next one. The bakery sold delicious pastries. Okay, so what is the subject? The baker. Verb sold. Object, delicious pastries. So delicious pastries, sold is the verb, past tense, were sold. Delicious pastries were sold by the baker. Okay, next one. Sheila brought a bouquet of roses. Who is doing the activity? Sheila subject. Verb, bought. Then a bouquet of roses is object. A bouquet of roses, plural form, were bought by Sheila. Very simple it is. Just go through it again and again. Dear children, easily you can do. Just try the remaining four sentences in this also. I believe you have understood. If you have any doubt when a live class comes, okay, you can clarify those doubts at that time before exam. Okay. So go through it. Go through both verb parts, sentence, grammar parts, indirect and indirect, as well as active and passive. Both are different. Learn very well. If you learn this, you can use them very well. Very easy activity. Thank you for watching. Thank you.